What's going on, guys? It's Jeff here, and I just want to give you guys my first impressions of playing the NHL 16 beta. This is for the game mode EASHL only, so that's kind of the mode where you have your Create a Pro character, and you get to pick kind of different attributes and play as him with 4 other teammates who are real people or computers if they have to fill it in. So, first thing I want to talk about, because this is going to be the first thing you realize when you download the beta, is it takes forever and is surprisingly hard to get into a game. To get into a game, you have to be part of, you gotta join a group, you gotta have enough players to start the game, you gotta hope that it's not too full where you can't even get into the game and have to wait for them to finish to even join and play the game. It took me literally about 45 minutes just to get into my first game. And then I was kind of rock and rolling, I kind of figured it out. But that's just ridiculous, because when you play a beta, you want to just download the beta, you want to start playing, you want to jump in now, you want to see how it feels. And it's like, really? I got to jump through all these hoops just to play a goddamn game at NHL 16? Just awful. Awful choice from the developers, EA, of course, to decide to do that. I don't know why they didn't just have like a quick play, drop and play game mode. It just blows my mind. But once you get into the gameplay, first thing I want to say is graphics. The graphics are looking good, and you are going to notice some differences between 15 and 16. The first thing I noticed is actually 16 felt more like 13 and previous generations than it did NHL 15, which was a little bit different. First thing I noticed was the physics are different all around the board. Skating is a little bit different, but I noticed it's kind of almost like momentum based. It was a lot harder to kind of like deke and swivel around people, as well as just hands using the dekes with the stick in general were pretty hard. It seemed a lot slower to try to deke out a goalie and get the puck behind him. Obviously this made things like checking harder, so that was a little interesting too, because I'm used to just trying to check everybody, and it was really hard for me to do that. But so other good things I noticed is board play seemed to be cut down a lot. Computers, when I was jumping near the board, wasn't constantly pushing me against the board and kind of slowing down play. I didn't really see too much scrums against the wall at all, which is awesome, because that was something I always really hated. And actually, speaking about the boards, the physics of the way the puck bounces off the boards is a lot more realistic now. It's not like it hits the board and just goes in any crazy direction. It actually kind of seems like it bounces off the boards like how it would in a real game, which I really liked. But the gameplay, going back to what I was saying about it seeming more like 14 in previous generations, it seems slower. I'm not sure if this is something to do just with the beta or not, but some of the button presses even seem delayed. I know there's a lot of times where a computer player would have it, and I would hit R2 to have them try to pass to me, and when I hit R2 for them to try to pass to me, they already passed it to me, and then I would pass it off instead of keeping it, even though I only hit R2 once, which I thought was kind of strange. And I wasn't really liking that at all. It seemed kind of slow. It was fun. It was a good game. But really, if you haven't played the beta yet, I would just pass on it. It doesn't seem that great, and I'm really interested to see how this game turns out, because I wasn't super impressed with it. I'm not a big fan of the ESHL mode. I like when I can control every single player on my team and just not one guy. So I'm interested to see how it is going to be during normal games, during HUT, playing online as just you without having to play with humans as teammates, because there's so many people that just like to puck hog all around the ice, and it just bugged the shit out of me. So overall, I want to say with the beta, honestly negative. Like, I was going into the beta kind of pumped, like, sweet, this is going to be good. I want to see what they've done in NHL 16. Let me see how great it is. And I was let down. So I don't want to say it was bad, because it wasn't bad, and I'm going to still get NHL 16. But, you know, if I'm on a thumb scale rating where I'm kind of like on the middle of the road, let's say 5. Like, let's say 1 out of 10. Out of 1 out of 10, 5 is the middle of the road. This beta was like a 3.5 or a 4. I was pretty bummed about it. I like the physics. I like how the game seems to go more fluid, because no one's, you know, really checking that much. There's not that much board play. But with it being slower with just the deking and the shooting, it kind of, I guess, counteracted the less board play by having there be less shots and less shooting, because deking was just that much harder to do in the game. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you like the gameplay that I have in the background. If you like videos like this, then subscribe, like, comment, all that fun shit. And let me know down in the comments what you thought of the beta if you played it, and if you're going to be getting NHL 16 here.